So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Hello Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. It is a true heavyweight clash.
Well, at least on the face of it, Peter, there's very little at stake in this.
Oh, a gilt-edged chance! There's the shot! Done delicately. Oh, he's been caught and takes a shot! Madrid with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Just not quite happening for him just now.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get their reward if they can stick at this.
Madrid have their second corner now. Goulart plays it short. Cross needs to be good. And he's quick to get rid. It's a pretty loose pass. Carvajal. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Oh, he's defended very well against those tricky feet. Vinicius Junior was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Eder Militao makes the interception. Now it's Olise. Mbappe. And no, he's seen through all of that. Well, that has not gone well. Spread it left. That is good progress on the left. Now, has he got the beating of his marker here? He's under a lot of pressure there.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Well read, and the danger is... Oh, great leap! Thuram is flagged offside. France yet to have an attempt on goal. And here's Bellingham. Plays a sharp little ball here. Real chance! Out for a throw. Now it's Tura. Mendy calmly anticipates. And it's Bellingham. Now that looks a decent ball. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Nicely weighted ball. And he's managed to get rid. Nicked it back promptly. Mbappe. No outsmarting him this time. Kante carries the ball down the right. Eder Militao deals with that comfortably. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
No, he wasn't going to be fooled. And it's Kante. Looking for the run. Oh, played through for the wide man. Nice control. That is good strength. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. That is lovely. Oh, the ball's run loose here. Hernandez. Now this could be a chance. Conte, and he's in on goal. Tchouaméni did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And here's Vinicius Junior. Can he finish? He's scored!
Surprise, surprise. Look who turns up to give his side the ultimate lift before the break. Now we can look forward to a whole different game in this second half.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Madrid are in front now, the game's only goal.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team talks. One has got to tone it up now and the other has to tone it down.
Temps additionnel, 1 minute.
And here's Elise. Conte. No, again there's no way through. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. No, that's been intercepted. And the referee has blown for half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking. France currently behind by 1-0 at the break.
It's been a pretty tepid display. They'll want to use this break wisely to regroup and come out with some fresh initiatives. This is all still very salvageable, maybe even winnable.
So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon.
Football pour tous. Souhaitons tous la bienvenue à nos joueurs.
So we're off again.
France really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Olise. And it's Conte. Mbappe. Just the keeper in his... Mbappe! Goal! France are back on level terms. And that really is so impressive.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong...
And the finish! Goal!
Boom! There we go, and it couldn't be much better. He was born for the glory he's just managed. The apple on top of the tree.
As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Well, that's really well played, Peter. You have to appreciate the simplicity of it all. A killer pass, perfectly delivered.
Decent chance! And he nearly went all the way.
Well, it came to nothing in the end, but it certainly got the crowd going.
And here's Mbappe. Bellingham. Koundé did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Goulet. Oh, that's nice. Hernandez, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man.
Well, the lethargy in their play isn't a...
Shoots! And that's in! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments!
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
Everyone waited for the cross, but he had other ideas.
Listen, no one was expecting a shot from there. That's quite outrageous.
Quite a game, this. All square again.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter.
And the shot! And again! It's a goal! And again they hit the front! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
That's smart play from him, actually, Peter. That goal was all about positioning. He knew instinctively where to be should the keeper have gotten a little jittery.
Madrid have their lead. Spread neatly. Thuram picks it up out wide. That's very neat.
Might want to be careful there.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. He's having a pop! It's run loose. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Backward it goes. He's in a good position here. Lovely feet. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Half an hour gone in the second half. And it's Bellingham. This looks promising. Delivered low. Koundé with the clearance.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Now, can they get him away? And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Oh, it's a great ball here. Goes for a shot! And that really should have been that.
He's really trying to take this upon himself to get it won.
Changement pour la France. Le numéro 10.
So we have movement on both benches.
Le numéro 24. Le numéro 13. À leur place, le numéro 12.
Chouameni,
Le numéro 7.
Eder Militao
Le numéro
spots
20.
it and
Le numéro
intercepts.
10.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
Well, good play on the left-hand side here.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Looking to play him in. Oh, that's neat. That's gone for a throw-in. It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. Hernandez. And this is Dembele. Chance! Oh, it's come off the upright. And he's gone looking for safety. Now it's Kone. And a chance! And a neat finish. And right near the end, we have parity. And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Le numéro 7.
Back to parity, and there's barely any time left.
Credit where it's due. This is great attitude. Now the only question is whether there's enough in the tank to grab another. They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
Kone, and it's Dembele. Into stoppage time, whistle due any moment. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Now it's Mbappe. Stood up well to him there. And that's a dangerous shot at goal! But he's left disappointed. All hands on deck for this one. And the chances keep on coming. They're awarded another corner. The message is simple: defend this with your lives. Barcola can clear it away. Now try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. Now it's Dembele. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Two sides absolutely inseparable, and we know what's coming. So, by accident or design, neither team is giving way.
Well, it was a pretty engaging game that flew by. The separation now is left to penalties.
So we've reached that point, the shootout, the ultimate tiebreaker. So the calm before the storm. Thuram is first to take the long walk. 1-0.
Well, so far, so good, Peter.
Up steps the man with the armband. Oh, that's a great get by the keeper. Well, whatever he did, it worked, did it not, Jim?
Well, Peter, I think he did well to hold his nerve then. Probably gave him that important edge.
Oh, great save! That is a great save! Howson is the second man to step up for his team. Off the crossbar and out.
Oh, that's unlucky. Got almost everything right.
France with the chance to go 2 up. Oh, steered it wide. Agonising, just agonising. Go is third in line. Oh, it's saved! Straight at the keeper.
Oh, look, the only consolation he can take from that was the fact it was on target.
This to put them 2 up. Of course, the lead now is 2.
A great position now, but...
And stuck away with ice in his veins.
I don't think there was ever any doubt, really, Peter. Certainly not in his mind.
Clearly for some, this is all too much. Oh, he's missed!
It's a brave attempt, but he really should be getting it on target. Well, you know what I'm going to say, Peter. It's all about nerve.
Yes, that's how you do it. And the drama continues. Some can barely watch here. Every kick potentially pivotal. Oh, and the keeper guessed right too.
Well, he totally nailed that penalty, picked his spot, and didn't change.
He must, but can he? Dispatched! There will be more of this. And it's 3-3. Chouameni is the second of the unscheduled takers. Denied! He's made the save!
Well, that's about as tame as they come, Peter. Couldn't have been any easier for the keeper. Everyone here are holding their breath.
Will do it.
Oh, just allow me to get my breath back a little here, Peter. What an ending. Fantastic.
France fall short in the lottery that is the penalty shootout. As cruel as that is, the two sides had been inseparable after 2 hours of action. So, Jim, quite a game, decided in the end in the only way it could have been.
It's a tough one to take, Peter. The players will be feeling like the better side lost, and to some extent...
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
There's nothing quite... Can he finish? And it's a goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, let that be a lesson to them, Peter. They have to stay focused at all times. Any lapse in concentration, voila.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he...
Thuram! He's got a goal! They're level in a trice!
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
That is glorious, as if he picked it up and put it there himself.
Well, it's one of those, Peter, when you've got to take your hat off and just say, too good.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
Chouameni, it's a really well-measured ball. No, he wasn't going to let him past. Valverde, and it's Arda Güler. Looking for options for movement. Conte, well, that has not gone well. Bellingham. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Upamecano with the clearance. Chouameni did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Just about midway through the first half, and it has been an engaging watch. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And it's Arda Güler. Conte. And they can counter here. Bellingham. Vinicius Junior. Mbappe is onto this.
Mbappe really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Elise. Now that looks a decent ball. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Vinicius Junior tries to play it through.
This is the time you need that pace.
Arda Güler. Now it's Güler. And he's straight offside. Hernandez. Cherki has created one goal already. And it's Valverde. Güler. And he welcomes it in. Bellingham. Oh, that was vital. Valverde. Passing is crisp and sharp. Thuram. Chance here to counter. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Vinicius, and he shoots! And that's in! Into the lead once more.
Yeah, that's really well played, Peter. It's very, very simple. The ball through to him was just beautifully measured.
Madrid have their lead. Carvajal aimed beyond the defence. That's very neat. Just past the 40th minute mark. He's in a great position here. Oh, he's been caught napping. Conte. That is ended up in no man's land. Cherki. Chouameni spots it and intercepts. And here's Vinicius Junior, picked out brilliantly. We are into stoppage time. Conte. Cherki. Now it's Thuram. Ambitious ball here. And he's picked out the run. And that's a simple one for the keeper. And the referee has blown for half-time. It's been thrills and spills at either end in the first half. Neither side really seizing the initiative, and both teams still very much in it. Yeah, neither side holding back here. It has been quite a half, this.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. Down to business again.
France can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Arda Güler. He's played it back. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Engages and forces him off the ball.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. And the finish! It's a goal! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. That is lovely, finished with amazing expertise.
And you can see he meant every bit of that, Peter. He had his head up as he went to hit it. He knew his landscape.
Madrid go up by 2 and are looking good.
You can certainly sense a real change of mood here. Now the crowd are demanding that they just finish this off.
Cherki. Madrid are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape. And certainly when defense...
Chance! Oh, split-second reaction.
Olise clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Pass is just off target. Carvajal. And here's Mbappe. Mbappe charging forward, the ball at his feet.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Mbappe. Vinicius Junior. He's picked his way through. Oh, important interception. Conte. Now it's Thuram. And here's Mbappe. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And a chance! And he's really put himself on the line here. France with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Rudiger is there, and he can get that clear. And here's Olise, and this is Kante. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Vinicius Junior.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Well, that's beautifully weighted. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Conte, Olise, he has found the way through. And this is Kante. And that has sent him sprawling. Eder Militao clears without hesitation. Just about up to 75 minutes. Bellingham. Goulet. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Bellingham. Valverde. Now it's Olise. Searching pass he's played there. Ah, that's a fine interception. Mbappe. And here's Olise. Valverde. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Cherki. And here's Thuram. Cherki. And it's Conte. Bellingham.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
The final 5 minutes. And it's made its way to him. Upamecano simply refused to be outdone there. Over to the right flank. And here's Kante. Bellingham. Oh, they can break here. And here's Mbappe. Not the most accurate pass. Aimed forwards. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Now it's Mbappe. Nicely weighted ball. And he's picked out the run. And that is well cleared. And time is up. Well, here is a defeat that may hit them hard, and you can sense that all around us. Things going pretty awry, and the outcome in the end... So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. Well, this is the perfect game for all parties, not least the neutrals who've just come to enjoy it.
Well, at least on the face of it, Peter, there's very little at stake in this.
But, Jim,
Well, it still gives ample opportunity for some fringe players to make their case. So I'm inclined towards something that's still high in intensity, in conviction, in tempo even. And that's not a bad thing.
If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. Takes a shot! Oh, he's given that plenty, but no.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe.
And here's Mbappe. Now it's Thuram. Thuram! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Hernandez calmly anticipates. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Tchouaméni. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
The defensive qualities of William Saliba. For me, Peter, he's someone who's shown great leadership from such a young age when starting his career in France. I see a lot of bravery and courage, and I think they're words you associate with somebody who is very good in both boxes.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. Olise touches it back.
That's good pressure. It gave him no other choice.
Cherki. That's a fine interception. Conte. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Now it's Mbappe. Well, that pass isn't the best. Oh, super ball. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And it's Conte. France still without a single... And the finish! Tchouaméni with the clearance. Mbappe.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Oh, played right into his path. He's shifting through... And the shot! Goal, France! And we have liftoff. You don't keep those outs. He knew, he just knew.
Oh, that's an incredible shot. The dip and the curl he managed to get on it. Impeccable technique, Peter. Absolutely impeccable.
You felt it was coming. 1-0.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Over to the right flank, and he was quick to react. Oh, good-looking ball. Mbappe going after that. Now it's Thuram. Conte, he's picked his way through. Now here's the delivery. Saliba attempts a clearance. Oh, well played, well played. And he's heaved it away. France are looking to break at pace. Tchouaméni. And here's Thuram. Olise. So much time and space here. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Driving forward. Closing in on goal. Upamecano did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Chance for a shot! It's in! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
We're looking at a different game now.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
This might spell danger. And the whistle goes for half-time. So it's all squared. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. Any thoughts on all this so far, Jim?
Well, it's been a decent game so far, Peter, although I think in the next 45 minutes we could do with the ball being moved around quicker with a view to trying to entice their opponents out of position. I don't think there'll be a mad rush to do that just yet.
France are level pegging at half-time then, and it's a finely balanced game. 1-1 the score.
Et merci d'accueillir nos joueurs comme ils le méritent. Changement.
And so we're off again. Turns back here, probably the best option. Zaire Emery. He's in a great position. Can he finish? There it is!
What a way to stamp your authority on this game, Peter. He was clearly thinking several moves ahead of everyone in the lead-up to the goal. I was thinking at the break someone had to show real courage. That's it.
Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
France with the lead.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, he's got a sight of goal. Decent chance! And there's a goal. And this is getting better and better. Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
And the first thing he's going to do here, Peter, is thank his teammate for the pass. It put it on a plate for him.
So the lead now is 2.
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing during this spell, one that they hope will continue. France clearly are trying to mix things up here, keeping their opponents guessing.
Thuram. Nice interception, well timed. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
And he's had it nicked away.
Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
And smartly reclaimed.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Oh, it's them. He's having a shot! And it's hit the woodwork and out! And the ball is out of play. A poorly directed kick from the keeper, he's given it away. Conte. And here's Thuram. It's Thuram. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Conte. Oh, it's Dembele. They're urging him to shoot. Cross in, looks like a good one. Oh, easy pickings there. Played back. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Lovely feet. Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick. Olise is standing over this one. So, a genuine chance to increase the lead. Mbappe! Chance! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. And with that, it is pretty much a done deal. Oh, whose goal is that? Big deflection. That's one for the dubious goals panel. And that means just one thing, match ball.
And the frightening thing is, Peter...
Shapes to shoot! It's loose now and they want to get it back. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Zaire Emery. Oh, shooting chance! It's a goal! That's wonderfully done. Crisp hit, true finish.
Well, the ball was there to be hit, Peter, but wow, even so, that's never easy. Everything has to be perfect for that to come off.
Still behind by 2. Is there a way back into this? Passes short and sharp. And it's been played through. Now it's Thuram. He's had a shot! And that was very necessary. And it's Dembele. He's through here. Conte. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Great vision. Olise. Zaire Emery.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
France needed that. They really needed it.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but...
He's going for goal! And that really should have been that.
Well, judging by his reaction, he clearly feels he should have made more of it, but he's looking very much like the big threat at the moment. Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him, as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
Olise. Chouameni. And it's Conte. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Dembele. Now it's Mbappe. Kante gets a foot in here. Koundé. Added time going up here. It's 3 minutes. Always onto this. Olise. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. He's had it taken off him. Now, what about a counter-attack? Olise. Zaire Emery has created 1 goal already. Now it's Thuram. Oh, that's clever. Oh, just a keeper now. Shoots! And that's in. Deep into injury time. More or less. That's the end. France can look back at this result with regret. A front foot start, but they were ultimately made to pay for their inability to kill it off. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Well, it's got to be said, Peter, it's a day to forget for the players at the heart of a defence who were just getting beaten way too easily on so many occasions. But I think the manager, too, has to take responsibility for his failure to stop the leaks.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening.
Nommé Jonathan et qui porte une casquette bleue attend ses parents au secrétariat du club. Jonathan, casquette bleue.